Yeah, we're on now. Yeah, life. This fucking show is called Deaducation, cause yeah,
Well, we're
with a
dedicating.
with a A,
It said
with a A day,
dedication.
Dead occasion, dead
Dedication,
occasion.
like a little pun.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, I know.
fancy.
Yeah. Sonali gave me that idea. He was asking me what Dead Boys meant earlier, and I was like, oh yeah. He asked me what that was, so I explained it to him. So, yeah. How's your guys' week?
Been chill.
Good.
Been chill.
Yeah.
Made a little progress the other night.
Did we? I don't know if we really did.
We didn't make
that
no
much.
progress with that camera.
No, we have not made shit progress with that camera. That was like all that's been on my mind today is the simple fact that like all the different shit. It's like being a real person, having a full-time job and taking care of a kid and doing all this other shit, and then trying to do a radio show and make fucking t-shirts, and then trying to figure out how to fucking make a camera work and figure out this entire other show that we gotta
It's
do.
the first time that we
It's a lot to fucking do, man. It's crazy. It's like a whole different level of adulting. It's adulting with extra responsibilities that you're not used to at the same time. It's working though. I'm figuring it out. I just decided to order a ton of fucking memory cards and a USB thing that I can plug the memory cards into, so I don't have to use the camera as a way of uploading the shit onto the computer. I can just use the USB and get the shit on there that way. So I bypassed the whole computer, the whole camera thing until I figure that out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It probably messes with the quality of it, though.
I would like to think that it doesn't and hope that it doesn't, but if it does, that sucks. I didn't think about that part, but I guess we'll find out. I haven't gotten it yet. And
That's usually
probably
when people use like nicer SD
good
card readers.
possibility. Well, yeah, it's a expensive one, but I mean, there's a possibility it's gonna get stolen anyway, so I'm not overly worried about it. So, but yeah, since there's been so much of that happening lately, but at least the Amazon people have been listening and throwing the shit over my porch or putting it in the slot, even though the dog chewed up the last thing they put in the slot. But he didn't chew up what was inside
Thor?
of it. Yeah. Thor, he just chewed up the packaging, though. He didn't chew up what was in there, and it was
So
just
did the
earbuds.
USBs and everything come today?
I haven't got that yet, no. It should be there today, I think. I don't know. I'd have to look. I got the memory card, I got the one memory card that's like 528 whatever bytes, you know?
Is it terabytes or gigs?
I think it's gigabytes. But then I've got another one coming that's supposed to be here tonight that's a full terabyte. And then,
Man, we were having the worst luck trying to get to be able to sync up like with the iOS, like from the camera itself.
just to get it to
Like trying to
sync
get it
the
to link, dude. Like every single avenue that we went down, like even from like from Dropbox, you know, like telling you how to be able to take it from the camera into the iOS system, dude. Dead end. Every other way, dead end. It's like, dude, there's some sort of like firmware or something that we're missing that
That's
we don't
what I was
have.
saying. There's like it should probably be like whatever card that the pictures go onto. You need to find the reader for that so that you can just USB.
Well, and that's
to
what I
it.
bought.
That's what we're doing.
That's what I ordered. But,
Because
and there's
that's gonna
also
give
like,
us, like quality too.
well, I mean, yeah, I just
not
ordered one
transferring.
that's Sony and I mean, they're all compatible, so it should be fine. But either or, that and I need to go through. When I got Thor and I had all those boxes and shit, the very first day he was there, he tore up a bunch of shit. So I just put all these different boxes and different stuff like all over the house, like up as high as I could, so he couldn't tear it up. But I know there's like different. I'm pretty sure it came with different software and shit.
Take care of something real quick.
You're good. Pretty sure it came with like free like different types of software and shit like that. I don't know. I'm gonna figure all that out. But it's like finding the time to do that, print t-shirts, go to work, paint. Like I didn't even fucking change today. I just said fuck it. I was like, yeah. I fucking was trying to print t-shirts, but I don't know how to work the thingy down there. I know how to do the paint part, so I did like 3 of them. Hopefully Dylan will stick around and do the rest of them for me. But yeah, so trying to figure it all out, and I have a total of what day? It's the 10th, so I've got 21 days to figure this out. 21 days to get it all figured out and ready, and also map out the entire trail and everything else, and figure out the campgrounds and all that shit. And get all the t-shirts. I gotta get all the t-shirts together by the 20th. One of the screens isn't right, so I don't know, I might just make different. I think I'm gonna do, to anybody buying shirts and stuff, what I'm probably gonna do is print these shirts a little bit differently. Well, I'm gonna print, I don't know, I'm gonna print them all however the fuck, yeah. I'm still gonna make cool ass designs and shit on them, but I just don't know that there's gonna be the big 42 on the back of it, because I don't have time to fuck with all that right now. So, but there are like special edition, there is gonna be a lot of special edition merch for anybody who wants it. There's a black camo hoodie that says Dutchtown South motherfucker on it, and then there's gonna be a flannel and stuff like that. So that shit'll be for sale. So if you guys want some shit like that, that'll be out there. And for everybody who pre-ordered their shirts, I'm gonna have those done more than likely tonight, because I don't really have any other time to do them, so I have to do them tonight. So everybody who already like put in orders for shirts, I'll have your shirts for you tonight, by the end of tonight.
Well, we need to get something set up to where we can have like links to where people can go and like look at the like merch that we're gonna make.
It's
and
already
put up.
it's already on my Instagram. Everybody knows what it looks
I know
like.
that. I'm talking about for this podcast, something that's linked to this podcast.
I've got an Instagram called, I guess I never even thought about this, but yeah, there is an Instagram. If you want to, like, for this podcast, because I've been trying to set up so many different channels, like YouTube and everything else, I haven't fucking really done a whole lot with it, but I did create a hip hop and horror Instagram, and it's legitimately fucking, here, hold on one second. It literally is hip hop and horror, like, just hip hop, the word and horror. Like, that's all you gotta do.
At what?
On Instagram. That's it.
Okay. Is that is there like a merch store thing on there? On Instagram?
No, there's not like a merch. No, I mean, how would there be
well,
a
on
merch?
a podcast, you have to have a merch store.
I just made it like 3 days ago.
Oh,
Somehow I
know.
got 7 followers already, though. That's kind of cool. But, yeah, anyway. But
that's something we talk
it's just
about
got
after
the
we're off
whole,
of this.
yeah, but it's just
You
got the,
have to have that set up.
it's just got the whole show thing on there. I mean, but
They're just separate entities. You have to have them
yeah, well,
segregated.
what you do is you put the merch shit in the profile description and shit. You know what I mean? With the
Yeah, like a
website
little
to go to.
Shopify.
Yeah, that's how you do that. I just haven't, like I said, I've been trying to do the YouTube channel and everything else. That's the thing, like fucking. That was like one of the major things that like was on my mind today is like adulting and just doing. It's like when you gotta like still gotta go to work for 8 hours a day and work every day, and then you gotta take care of a kid all the time, and then you gotta fucking like try and do all this shit. It's a lot to try and do all at once. So if shit doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen eventually to everybody that's out there.
Oh.
Just have some faith. We're working on it. Promise. And most of you have my cell phone number anyway, and if you do want merch, you can always just message that any one of my 7 Instagram accounts, and I'll make sure you get a shirt. But for all the other people that already bought shirts, or that already have ordered shirts, yours are, well, shit, I've got most of them for everyone.
Well, we gotta have it set up for people that are not friends and stuff
I'm
like
aware. I got that part. We just haven't done it yet.
Well, it has to be set up for this.
Yeah, I know. We just haven't
A
got that
Shopify.
far.
You need to
We
get one of
just-
those set up.
I mean,
Some
how
designs
we
made,
just
you know.
started. This is a whole new concept. We gotta get the damn
It's not a whole,
screens
not a new
correctly.
concept. You got a hip hop and horror podcast.
I know. We've got to get for one, we got to get the screens right. For two, we don't have screens that can be made to look like that yet, because that's a whole new, I don't know why, but can't yet. So
Well, we can
gonna take
outsource
some
this.
time. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been thinking. Is I'm just gonna, like, the regular T-shirts or whatever, like the Bando ones and the Dutchtown South ones and those, like, the merch ones for that shit, I'm gonna do here, but I'm probably just gonna have other ones ordered, like made and ordered, instead of printing them all myself, because
Yeah, and then we'll open up a
takes
merch store.
yeah, exactly, because it takes way too much time
For this
compared
specifically.
to
They'll have to be separate.
compared to sending, compared to like, because seriously, you can send somebody, however, X amount of money and get the exact shirts, the exact colors, the exact everything you want looking perfectly sent to you. So that's how that's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm gonna make.
Well, I already have
China doing that one.
I already have somebody that we could go through.
Okay, well that's cool. We'll talk about that like not on the show though, because we got all kinds of other shit to talk about, like our fucking adventure that's gonna happen next month. You know what I mean?
Well, what's the main focal point of this podcast here tonight?
That's that mainly that, and just how adulting is slowing things down, but it's okay. It's just life. That's what happens. But yeah. So I figured this whole thing out. Like the way I looked it up, the whole Rocky Mountain National Park thing. That's where it's gonna be at. We're on the border of like the Tennessee and North Carolina borders, pretty much. And then I don't know. A lot of it really depends too. Like, because we're gonna try to find we're gonna go to all the spots where they're like all the missing persons hotspots. You know what I mean? Like where people go missing the most, and like go in the deepest parts of the woods and shit like that.
Do you have all this cited and everything for us to like research all this?
Do what?
So do you already have all this cited and everything to where we can research it, so we're not going in blind?
Yeah, I got it all. It's all written in my phone. I'm gonna get all that together. I was just working on that at work today. There was one thing this is in Vermont. It's also on the Appalachian Trail, but the Bennington Triangle became a big deal. Like between the years of 1945 and 1950, 5 different people went missing. And there's all kinds of different. I mean, that sounds like a really, really small number, especially since it was almost 100 years ago. But the amount of you got the text that I sent you though of all the missing people in the cave systems and how it's all crowded around cave systems. So that's a big thing that that I planned to investigate, and that I really want to make. I don't know. I want to make that a main thing. But at the same time, I want to have fun. I don't want to be stressed the fuck out. I don't want to have like a TV show like some missing in Alaska shit where they're fucking just boring as shit. I want to enjoy myself too.
Somebody liked it.
Oh, dude. I mean, I could watch those people walk around in the woods and find absolutely nothing for hours.
I could not.
I can. I really can. It's that like
not my
just.
Thing.
It's I mean, for me it is, because like I just like to make fun of the simple fact, like how they stage shit, like they stage their lives. Like they'll have their like little place set up in like this one little building, and then like they'll go out and they'll be like, oh yeah, we thought we heard something over here, and then we thought we heard something over here, and then they go back to the building they were in, and they've got a huge camera crew and all this stuff around them. It's not like they're just walking around with body cameras like we will be. You know what I mean? They're not like real. They're actors at the end of the day. And then they go back to the little abandoned house that they had all their stuff in, and it's all trashed.
Well, in these areas, we're gonna have to find some people that we can interview.
That's another thing. Yeah, for sure.
Get first-hand accounts and interview them about these things.
To people. Yeah, we're totally
in those areas.
That's one of the.
Because that'll be stuff that we can cut and edit into this whole docu-series.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's how you do it. But yeah, no, we're gonna definitely meet people and talk to people and shit like that. I mean, there's other things like park rangers and shit. Like we need to learn the legalities and shit so that we don't get fucking arrested, or at least not caught.
Not gonna be arrested in a national forest.
I just don't know the legalities about certain.
Well, yeah, you could if you're in there poaching and doing things illegal like that. But if you're in there just
if you're in there, they'll probably.
If you're going in there scouting, it's not gonna be nothing. Yeah. And if it's in areas like where you need to have permits to be able to go in there and like collect footage and stuff like that, you have to apply for those permits and stuff like that.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that or they have to prove that you were there.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do if we're gonna do this this docu-series, it all has to be legitimate. We can't have footage that was illegally obtained.
True.
They will literally prove it with the footage and say, yeah, he was here, he filmed it.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's how that
Unless
guy.
It's a place where they never knew where it was. But yeah, no, if you're trespassing. But I mean, that's the whole thing though about a national forest. Like, I mean, it's not illegal. Like, I was looking up. This is the reason why. Like, so I was literally about to be like, I don't think we should fucking go to Tennessee, or I don't think we should go to the Great Smoky Mountains. I think we should go somewhere else. Until I fucking looked up their. I looked up their hours and shit, and I was just like, oh, okay. Open 24 hours a day, 365 days. Oh,
yeah, we're gonna have to go into that.
They're
and
100% open. Like, they're always open.
We're gonna have to go in there to speak to like people that actually like manage these areas.
Most national parks are. It's just like.
You just kind of gotta like. I mean, it's good to definitely tell the conservation or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm saying like if we're going in there shooting footage,
yeah,
there's gonna be things that you're gonna have to get permits for to go in there and do these things.
I don't know that you need a permit to go shoot footage on a trail.
Well, if say you don't do the research and you go in there and do that and then come back and put a cease and desist order on your footage.
As long as there's nothing that says no trespassing or no filming, but why would there be no filming in a forest? I mean, if it says no trespassing, obviously we can't go there.
I'm sitting here saying it's not a bad idea to go and just, hey,
talk to them.
This is what we're planning on doing.
Well,
is there anything that we need to do?
Yeah, I know, but
because that could come back on us and fucking get us sued.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, that was my plan, was to go talk to them and shit like that, just to make sure. But like everything, you know what I mean, just to make sure everything's legit, everything's kosher, or whatever the fuck people call it. But I mean, I don't know that we need permits for all of it. As long as they give us permission, we wouldn't. But if there is some,
the
for
permission
some reason,
is the permit usually. But I don't think that most national parks need film permits.
I was gonna say I've never.
Some of them are. You know what I mean? Like where they have like restrictions. Like there's certain parts of the, like on the north, like the east coast. There's certain areas that you cannot. It's illegal to go in there. Like into certain towns and stuff like that, townships that have been abandoned for certain reasons, like that you cannot go to. You know what I mean? Like to where
you can't film without permission.
You can't even go into the townships
without permission.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are illegal. Like you have to like go through like lots of.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a national
city
park,
and county, things, like going through their county like processes to be able to go in there and do those things.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, if it was a reservation or something, but I mean, a national park, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want other than...
So you want to go into a national park and think that you want to think that you're in the clear?
Well, no, we just go...
Or do you want to go in there and see, make sure?
We go to the ranger.
Because I damn well want to make sure.
Go talk to the ranger people and make sure, yeah, obviously, that's the first step.
Yeah.
We already established that part, though.
Yeah, but you keep like having a rebuttal to that.
I'm just thinking in my head, like, I've never heard of like there ever being any type of, you can't film or take pictures in a national.
Well, there's certain areas that are restricted from that stuff.
Well, yeah, but I think there's signs up for that. I mean, they gotta put if it's restricted, they put a sign up. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Well, let's just move on because you're missing the concept here.
I guess. Okay. Moving on. Anyway, so other shit. Really the whole main part is to when we originally established the show, the whole point, like way before when it very first started, the whole point was to go to where the person went missing, or where people went missing, wherever said person went missing, go to that exact spot, hike to wherever, if they were found, hike to where they were found, or hike to where the dogs lost the scent, or to the edge of the area where the search quit, where they quit searching, I guess would be the easiest way to word it. And yeah, just go from there, like pretty much camp in that general vicinity.
Definitely would want to get all the documentation and all that stuff too, for sure, like where their areas and because I'm sure that they would have like longitude and latitude of like where those areas where it took place, and
and there's some crazy
that are like
stories,
restricted and shit like that. Because you know damn well that there's areas that are restricted fucking for certain shit like that.
Spooky things. Yeah. That's the whole point that you guys are going though. You gotta get close enough.
Well, I know that, but some of them places there's like you are not coming in here, and then fucking trespassing, fucking fine, you fucking $1,000 to $10,000, fucking fuck that. That would suck, dude. Wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah, it would
God
suck.
damn,
It's
that would
fine,
suck.
but I mean, a lot. Even those caves, like, I mean, a lot of. I don't know. But that's like really what I'm. That's what I'm more interested in is the whole. See what the outdoorsy part of it's like, and then also like just the cave system and what I mean. That's what I would be more worried about as far as like conservationists or like the rangers and shit like that. Like that's the shit that I feel they would be more strict about, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you're gonna cave dive, like, they're gonna be a little bit more, well, I don't know, fucking cautious about the way they let you go about it, so to speak. They're not gonna just be like, oh yeah, go ahead and fucking climb down into a 90 foot, you know, climb 90 feet down into a cave. And
I think they have instructors and things that
they do for some, but then I mean, you can find some people find their own and do stupid shit and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff that I would be more interested in talking to them and asking them about their advice about. Like, hey man, if I find a hole in the ground and I drop a glow stick down there and it just keeps going and going and going and going and then boop, it hits the ground, it looks like it's about 100 feet down, like, is it legal for me to go down there? I mean, or like, how do I go about that one? Like, you know what I mean? That's more of what I'd be, because trust me, if I drop a glow stick down something and it falls for 100 fucking feet, you better believe, if I have permission, I'm tying a fucking rope to a tree and I'm going down there. Absolutely. That's
No.
why I got that 100 foot, 50 foot rope.
No, not for me.
I understand, but that's something that I would do. I really, and I know there's other caves down there that you can enter, but you have to swim. It's a swimming thing. It's gonna be too cold probably, but maybe not. I don't know. Depends. But you have to swim for a little bit underwater to get to the cave, and then once you pop your head up, it's you can breathe, and then there's a cave that you can walk through. Yeah, pretty much like that shit.
Like the
Dude, I would love to do that. My friend Garth, he used to tell me about doing those caves, or you could go and you would get under the water. You get in the water and your head, like only your head pretty much, you'd have up and you just, you know what I mean? It's just a trail like this and you're just going like that with your head up. You just keep going and going and going until you pop out on the other side type shit. There's only just enough room for your head to be up. But I'm pretty sure like there's instructors and shit in all those places, except for the undiscovered ones, and that's another thing like that I would want to ask them about is like, if it's undiscovered, like what do we do about that? Like, are we allowed to mess with that or not? Because when I was reading a lot of the stuff about it, it's like, you know, they said, you know, you can either camp in the campgrounds, or if you want to go, you can go as far backwoods as you want, camp wherever the hell you want to.
You're talking about going like in the caves that are submerged?
Some of them are just the ones that are just holes that, like, kind of like the ones I was telling you about, the one that's down there in House Springs or whatever that we're gonna go to. The ones where it's just a hole, and it's literally like it's a hole in the ground. You don't necessarily realize how far down it goes, but you kind of like that's why, remember how I was saying the flare, glow sticks, all that type of shit. You drop something down just to see how far it goes, and yeah, I mean, you'd never know, and they generally, you could go down for I don't want to say miles, that's ridiculous. Hundreds of feet, I guess. Probably, we're just gonna stick with whatever and say 100 feet, and then you get into like a little bitty crevice, and then you can fucking climb through a little hole, and then all of a sudden it opens up into something huge. Like, that's how it was when me and James did it, but it was like, it wasn't 100 feet down, it was probably maybe 40 before we got down there, and it was a big opening. But then we started pulling all those tree limbs and mud and shit out, just kept pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling, and then all of a sudden there's just a hole, like, you know, like maybe like the size of the ass of the chair. We fucking pulled ourselves through it, and then just stood up, and there's just it was like the size of a fucking football stadium. So like shit like that, and it's all over Tennessee. I mean, in Tennessee, North Carolina, it's where all the underground limestone caves are and shit like that. And just so happens to be where there's a lot of missing person reports and shit, and people that disappear and vanish and are never found again. So yeah, missing 411 shit.
That's scary. And you're just gonna go crawl around in the same areas, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Take thermal imaging stuff and all that with us.
That's what. Those are the. There's literally a couple more things I gotta get. I want to go. There's a certain gun store that I want to go to because.
Are we gonna go to? What are we gonna do? Go to Bass Pro or anything like that?
No, we're gonna go to this other one. We're gonna check this one out first. It's in St. Peter's. It's called something shit. Literally.
What?
Yeah, it's called something shit. I can't. It's either
You're
like
we're gonna
it's
go to
either
Denny
like
Dennis
cool
instead.
shit. It's either like cool shit or sick shit or something like that. I don't know, but Ted Nugent is one of the owners. You know, and it's huge, and like they sell like flamethrowers and civilian grenade style launchers and like all kinds of anything that you legally can get with whatever loopholes and all that shit, you know, they've got it. So we're gonna go through that store and figure it out. But yeah, thermal imaging stuff, like a thermal imaging scope would be great. I've got a night vision camera, so that'll be nice. And then I've got telescopes and shit like that. But yeah, we definitely need some thermal and night vision shit. I was just about to order a night vision scope the other day, but it's off Amazon, and I'm like, no, I'm tired of Amazoning. So, I'm done with Amazon pretty much, unless it's being sent to my mom's house. Cause yeah, after having that tent stolen, I'm just like, fuck this. But yeah, so pretty much that is what we're doing. We're trying to fucking get all of our shit and get it supplied and try not to be super stressed out. And then once we actually get there, have fun, because no one's gonna want to watch a bunch of depressed fucking.
I don't know, I think somebody might enjoy it, but it would definitely be more enjoyable for everyone if you were not a depressed piece of shit.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't think.
You're like, I don't really want to be.
This is the I was just saying, this is like the first vacation that I'll be able to take in the last. When was the last time I went on vacation? Probably when I went to Florida. When I lived in Florida for 3 months or 4 months or whatever. It's the last vacation I went on. I was like 26, so this will be the first vacation I go on in the last 7 years. Because like, yeah, remember I got hit by a car, and then I flew through and then I broke my foot from jumping out of that window, and then I flew through the windshield, and then I had a kid. And that's how quick life happens. I don't know if we have any like younger viewers, but yeah, that's how quick life happens, bro. You get hit by a car, you fucking jump out a window, you break your foot, then you go flying through a fucking windshield, you break your neck, and then fucking you wake up one day and then you got a kid, and then that's literally like how fast life works, bro. That's how fast life works. So live it while you got it.
Well,
have fun.
I am going to go ahead and call my night, because I gotta go take care of something.
Okay, well, you go have fun.
So I'm gonna go get this done, because I gotta get this done. So call this short. But when are we gonna go try to get some more footage?
Wednesday. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'll text you or call you or something. All right.
So all the listeners, boys and girls, and they, thems, and whatevers, I'm out.
See you.
Until next time.
Yeah, just let me know what's up, and then
yeah, dude.
We'll get everything straight.
Absolutely.
I've been doing some reading on the camera, so.
Right on. If you're going by, like, if you're going around or whatever, if you want, or if you don't mind, if you have time, if you can, like, swing by, like, the front of my house. If you see any Amazon packages, like, grab them and throw them over the damn fence.
Well,
if you're going that direction.
Go the opposite way. Need somebody real quick.
Okay, well, never mind. But it's all good. See you later.
See ya.
So, yeah, hey, just let me know what's up.
I will.
What do you got to talk to for the last 30 minutes?
I think we should play some music and then come back on a different note. That sounded funny. I like the way that sounded. We're gonna play some music and come back on a different note.
I don't know what you want me to play. I guess I'll just.
I figured you made your own playlist.
No, I didn't.
Oh, we'll play. I don't know. Play something.
You got it.
Look, okay, look, I ain't got the time for you, oh no, get up by my face, I ain't got a dime for you, oh no, bitch, I'm getting paid, she said I'd ride for you, no, stay inside your lane, she said I'd die for you, oh no, baby, I'm okay, I ain't got the time for you, oh no, get up by my face, I ain't got a dime for you, oh no, bitch, I'm getting paid, she said I'd ride for you, oh no, stay inside your lane, she said I'd die for you. Okay, baby, I'm okay. I remember last December, none of these bitches were fucking with me. Now I'm the center, shit getting better. Every last one of them fucking for free. I never met her, but I got cheddar. You won't believe what she been telling me. Shorty gon' front like she been feeling me. Shit they be talking has been killing me. Like, baby, don't play no games. We don't hang like that. Like, tell me what is you saying with my name like that? Like, said I'm not in your lane. How you change like that? Like, if I lose all this fame, you gon' change right back. Right? These hoes came so quick, ain't no shit. These hoes just ain't no shit. If I shoot my shot, I ain't gon' miss. I swear I ain't gon' break, but you can't get in my head. Oh no, you can't get in my bed. No, you heard what I said. I know you heard what I said. I ain't got the time for you. Oh no, get up by my face. I ain't got a dime for you. Oh no, bitch, I'm getting paid. She said I'd ride for you. No. Stay inside your lane. She said I'd die for you. Oh no, baby, I'm okay. I ain't got the time for you. Oh no, get up by my face. I ain't got a dime for you. Oh no, bitch, I'm getting paid. She said I'd ride for you. No. Stay inside your lane. She said I'd die for you. Yeah, baby, I'm okay. I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Man, world that made me crazy. Might just turn around, do 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it. Yeah, okay, cool as fall weather. Fuck the bullshit, I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you. I don't do enough for you. Without you, it's the color blue. Oh, don't trip. I was in the city, they was talking that shit. Had the homies with me, all of a sudden they split. We ain't even worried, we just laughing, that's rich. You know how it goes, it ain't broke, don't fix. Hey, one of these days we'll all get by. Don't be afraid, don't fall. Think I lost my mind. Reality so hard to find. When the devil tryna call your line, but shit, I always shine. Even when the light dim. No, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him. Oh, don't trip. See, I was in the whip riding me and my bitch. We was listening to us, no one else, that's it. Let's flex just a bit. Let me talk my shit. Say my head got bit. Yeah, well, listen, man, world that made me crazy. Might just turn around, do 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it. you could see me now, love me and hold me down my mind. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Well, this mad world that made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Hey, yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it.
Paint the sky like a photo, yeah. And baby, we should never know, if we won't try. We could live a life full of color. If you won't, let me know. We'll escape through Pigeon. It's our world, so go girl, let's get it on.
Well, I know that it's only time, but let me see what's on your mind. I could see what's on your mind. What's on your mind? Why are you so damn cute? Like a fool, let me, I won't die. Why? What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Alright. We are back. I need some comedic relief after all that seriousness, I'm not gonna lie.
You guys are both just being extra serious. So.
I didn't need that much seriousness though, but that's okay. That's some stuff though that this show is definitely this is a sarcastic show and like more of a funny show. We try to make light of things. I don't like to have serious conversations on the show. I'd rather have serious conversations off the show, in my personal opinion. Just because I don't think anybody wants to hear about us talking about like how to set up cameras and different shit like that. Everybody's just like, shut the fuck up, go fucking film Bigfoot and fucking, like live your fucking lives, like have fun.
Be funny while you're filming Bigfoot. Thanks.
Exactly. So speaking of Bigfoot, I don't know why, but every fucking Bigfoot case, like I'm not even a Bigfoot person. I don't think I've ever brought Bigfoot up on this show. Unless it was for a joke or something like that. But, so Bigfoot's, like, actually attributed to a lot of UFO sightings, which is really odd to me. And a lot of cryptids are attributed to UFOs and that type of activity. And people say, this is just a weird, this is a theory, hypothesis, whatever, that all those type of cryptids and stuff, they are related in some way to different dimensional travel and things of that nature.
I could see that.
Which, yeah, I mean, so could I in reality.
I don't want to believe that because I want to believe that there's like aliens that are like us that I can eventually be friends
that's
with.
the thing though. I feel like
but
there
also
are.
that makes sense too.
I feel like there are aliens like in our dimension. There are our dimensional aliens too, but they're just I mean, if you want to get real deep and woke ass with it, there's a bunch of theories about how pretty much we just can't see it right now. We can't see them now. We're not ready for that. Like, we haven't expanded our race has not expanded its mind far enough for that. And when I say race, I mean the human race. Like, this has absolutely nothing to do with color, which it's beyond that comprehension. Like, that part's not even relevant. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like literally just the human race just isn't all the way ready to even be able to see that yet, but we're starting to open our third eye and start to be able to see like we're starting to figure it out, so to speak, kind of like the Mandela Effect with different shit. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. No, I don't know what you mean. Do you know what the Mandela Effect is?
Yeah, I know what the Mandela Effect is, but
have you ever seen the video? I just see I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was some weird photoshopped shit or whatever, but it was somebody with like an old BlackBerry that still worked, and they were watching like commercials and stuff, or they were like putting it over commercials of stuff where like the Mandela Effect, where it was like all the stuff that's changed that used to be that, and they were putting the phone, recording it, or like they had their phone with the camera on, looking at it on the TV or whatever, and it was showing it on their phone screen. It was showing it the way that we used to see it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, dude, I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. That's exactly how the fuck I knew that. Like, I was like having like a mind fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I literally felt like I was getting fucking drilled in the fucking ear with a dick. Like, that's how mind fucked I was. Like, I was like, what the fuck? This is fucking serious. And then I was just like, wait a minute, this is probably all photoshopped and I'm probably just dumb. But it was an experience because I truly do remember things not being the same. Like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like, I remember him having the freaking Adam's apple.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that no more. Even in the old ones, it's scrubbed out. It's gone.
I thought that was like a gender thing. I thought they did that because of the gender thing.
Why would they take away a man's Adam apple?
I don't know. I thought that's what they were mad about or something. I don't know. I don't read these articles. I just read the headline and go, I can't believe that. I don't think that's real. And then I move on.
I never read any headlines or anything. All I know is that Shaggy used to have an Adam's apple and now he doesn't. And that's all I know.
I didn't know about that one. The one that got me was the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
Because it's like, I know it is the Berenstain, and it's like Berenstain. Like Stain.
No, it's not.
That's the other way, or it's... Hold on.
So it's not the Berenstain Bears, because that's what we all called it for. I mean, unless like every teacher I ever had mispronounced it. That's a lot of teachers. I remember when I used to go. No, even the counselor that I had when I was 4, which is kind of weird. But yes, I had a counselor when I was 4, everybody.
Yeah, we all remember it as like Stein, but it's actually Steain, like stain.
Then why? But it doesn't make any sense, though.
There's an A in it.
Alright.
But there's also conspiracies that there's like opposite things.
Yeah. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it is real. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I was a little kid. But then again, I remember so many things as a little kid that is correct. So how would I, how do you screw that one up?
Because I think we are all interdimensional travelers, if you want to get really woke about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, so do I at this point.
So, like, I think that you just don't realize you're doing it. I think small actions, like butterfly effect style, affect certain things, so. I
can vibe with that. I agree with that. But yeah, so that's where a lot of that stuff comes from, as they say. That's why we can't find any fossil record, we can't find this, we can't find that about them. But then I've also looked at it, I've also thought about it in this sense. Like, I mean, we kind of have found fossil record. We just don't. We attribute it to those bones being a lot older than. But then I found out something else, which was really messed up. Was like and this was on one of those stupid documentary shows I was talking about, like one of the ones where it's like they found a halibut, which is a fish. It was and like they found like literally a circle of rocks, and buried underneath it were the bones of a halibut, which is like a fish that is like, I mean, it's like a prized delicacy fish in Alaska.
Yeah,
it's
you want to eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and that was, obviously somebody pretty much my personal opinion. The guy ate the damn fish, buried it, and that was his fire pit. You know what I mean? That's why the rocks were in a circle. They weren't just it wasn't like, and they were trying to say it was a sacrifice and all this shit. Anyway, beyond that's all
burial
way.
Pit for the fish.
Yeah, a burial pit. Well, a sacrifice to one of their gods.
I mean, that could be.
And yeah, and that very well could be too. But then, so this was the thing though that was about. So this was an abandoned ghost town. They don't know when, or they said it would have been abandoned in probably the 50s, so to speak. And they were talking about it, and they were saying, but when the guy was trying to, they were like, well, can you tell how old this fish was or fish is? So you know what I mean, like how old the bones were. He's like, oh no, carbon dating, like for that, he's like, this thing could be anywhere from 200 years old to 2 years old. He's like, we don't have the technology to carbon date something within that. So it's like, it's really interesting when it's like, if you think about that and then you think about carbon dating, it's like, how old does this shit really go back? You know what I mean? When they find fossils and shit, they're sitting here saying, oh yeah, this is a fucking 6,000-year-old fossil. How the fuck do you know? Like, I mean, if it's not an actual rock and you found it as a bone, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's different. I understand when they're going through the layers of rock from the, you know what I mean, the old, that type of shit. Like, then I can understand kind of how carbon dating works properly. But if you just find a freaking bone sticking out of the freaking, you don't know that it, you know what I mean? If all the calcium's depleted from the bone and it's technically that, that's fossilized, turned into a rock fossilized in that way, then I guess then you can, that's how carbon dating works. But I think. But if not, then it's not, whatever. They can't carbon date shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they have bones of those people that literally look like, I mean, they look just like a bone the same bones that you would find, if you dug somebody up 100 years ago. So it's like, how can you carbon date that far back? How do you know? You know what I mean? And these are supposedly the apes that evolved into human beings. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool information.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know how carbon dating works to explain it to you further.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, that's the best, and I mean, that's why I'm saying that knowing about carbon dating as much as I kind of do, because, I used to want to be an archaeologist because I'm a dinosaur nerd. And then that, that whole thought and that whole thing just makes it, that right there, like, tells me that, like, you really don't have any freaking idea how old that thing is. Yeah. You're just saying that you think it's 6,000 years old because you're going off of the Bible's timeline at this point, so to speak. 6,000, because supposedly, even though there's like after every 100 years, we're still only 6,000 years old as a human race. Like, I don't know how long it's been going on, but yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so I don't know, I feel like that, or I feel like they're a lot smarter and a lot more civilized than we know, and they live in these underground caves and shit like that, and other underground caverns that we've been talking about, and they bury their dead underground in these caves. Like, I don't know, I mean, the catacombs, like...
Yeah, but weren't those for, like, rich people? Weren't the catacombs for, like, soldiers and rich people? They weren't just for, like, anyone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're a whole nother race and civilization of being, you know what I mean, that's intelligent and doesn't want to be contacted by people, wouldn't you just be staying underground in a bunch of limestone? Like, I've been in those caves underground, like, they're nice. It's 80 degrees down there all year round. It's pretty sweet. Like, fresh water, I mean, you got everything you want down there, really, except for food. The only thing you got to come out, unless you want to eat salamanders for the rest of your life, but yeah, I mean,
cook them up the right way.
Right, I mean, but like, and with how strong they say they are and stuff like that, I mean, shit, they could get out of that shit like it's no issue. And then they talk about the spider people. That sounds so
That
lame.
sounds really spooky. What is that?
Well, they're like crawlers. Like, you've never seen The Descent, so you wouldn't know. You'd have to
No.
watch The Descent. That'd be the easiest way to describe them. But they're just like pretty much blind, crawly people. We've got to watch The Descent. It'll make a lot more sense. But I mean, even the Native Americans, the Algonquin tribe, which is my tribe, I just found out recently because Potawatomi is legitimately just fucking Algonquin is literally just the fucking English term for Potawatomi. So all these crazy stories about all this crazy folklore and stuff that I always talk about, a lot of it came from the Algonquin tribe, which happens to be Potawatomi tribe, which happens to be. Never knew that. Just found that out recently. I like just looked up Algonquin just to figure. I was like, who are these people? Like, are they just a race that doesn't exist anymore? No, that's just the English name for them. In our native language, it means Potawatomi.
Okay.
Pretty sick though. Nice
That's
to
a fun
know about.
fact I didn't know.
Yeah, but yeah. So and they talked about the cave people. They talked about the wild men and the cave people pretty much. And they were just people that crawled on their hands and knees, and they can't see, and they can't really smell good either, but they can hear really, really good, and they use echolocation under the ground to find things. And they set traps and
So they
stuff.
are spiders.
Pretty much. I mean, they definitely they took on some spider tendencies or qualities or whatever.
Spooky.
Yeah, and this is total folklore, not to be taken seriously. But if I find one, I promise I will let everybody know. I will bring it to the world's attention. Probably get killed and shit for it by the government, but that's okay. As long as you guys get a picture of it. So that you can all be like, oh, that's photoshopped. He just got shot over it because he was a gaslighter.
Damn.
Yeah. That'll be my history.
He was just a gaslighter. Shoot him.
What does gaslighting actually mean all the way?
Like what is gaslighting? It's like when you're upset about something and they're like, that didn't even happen. Like they just like they act like whatever. Like
Oh, got you. So in reality, I would be the one being gaslit then.
I don't really know if gaslighting's the best term for that.
Jealousy. I don't know. Fuck all these new terms that don't even exist and shouldn't be in the dictionary to begin with.
No, I disagree. I think that the
gaslighting should
world
be
is
there.
turning towards like a mental health focus, and I think that's a good
Crisis?
thing. No, I think it's a focus because they're all having a crisis and they finally have to focus on it.
I guess. I feel like everybody's making a lot of big deals out of a lot of things that they don't need to make such big deals out of, even though I do understand that people should make big deals or make a deal. They should recognize things and try harder to prevent things, but instead of making a huge deal out of it, they should just focus on finding a solution for it, if there is. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I mean, would you rather sit and bitch, cry, and complain about something for fucking 30 years, or would you rather spend 30 years finding a solution for something?
Well,
that
I think
works?
that's like what they think that the complaining is doing is like
I don't think complaining's doing
fixing
anything. I think it's
something.
just annoying the fuck out of people. But that's just my personal opinion, and nobody has to agree with it. I got this sword. Yeah.
congratulations.
That's what happens when you take me to the Renaissance Fair. Go buy a sword.
Yeah. Not the smartest idea.
I mean, he was telling me straight up though. He was like, I was gonna buy one that was more expensive, and he was like, nah, don't buy that one. He's like, I know it's really cool. He's like, it is good for this, that, the third, whatever. He's like, but for what you are looking, the type of sword you are looking for is this type. He's like, it has a big, thick. He's like, it has this thick part back here. He's like, it's not gonna break. It's not gonna chip. He's like, if somebody else has a blade that's even half as good as this, you'll be able to cut through it. Like, yeah.
What a big talker.
he backed up his work, and I've got all his information. So if he's wrong, guess what? I can call him right the fuck out, because he was super excited about me telling him, yeah, I'm gonna take this literally on a bunch of different trips and shit with me.
I'm gonna take this guy on an adventure.
And I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna really see if you're. I was like, I'm gonna prove a lot of things on this trip. I'm either gonna prove they do or they don't exist or whatever the fuck type shit. And guess what? I'm gonna prove if your sword is legit or not. And if it's not, sorry, but I'm gonna let the world know. And he was comfortable with that. So for me to say that and for him to be like, all right, I was like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those days. I feel like I had too much. There was too much serious shit happening too quick. Like, and I'm just not. I'm exhausted. I want to go home and take a shower and go to bed. I didn't even have time to fucking change my clothes or anything.
Well, do you have an outro song and an outro that you want to say before we leave?
Outro. So yeah, we are really fucking actually gonna do this. Anybody who knows anything about computers and cameras and videography and video editing and things of that nature, and Sony, mainly Sony cameras, because that's the type I have. It's a really good one. It's like I don't fucking know. Please get a hold of me and try to just make this go faster for me, so that I'm not fucking like watching YouTube videos till 2 o'clock in the morning just so I can wake up at 6 and go to work. Yeah. That'd be great. Oh, I'm playing a show October 20th. Hold on one second. This is the last thing. And there's gonna be a merch table, and there's gonna be shit if we ever get the goddamn shirts done. Merch table show is Monster Mash 2, Misty Nights, Friday, October 20th, 4241 North St. Peters Parkway, St. Peters, Missouri, 63304. If you didn't get that, guess what? You can rewind the show and figure it out.
It's at Misty Nights in St. Peters.
Misty Nights in St. Peters, yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. Everybody have a good night, and yeah.
You don't have a song you want to play?
No, just play one of yours.